So we're in California right now, and the end of October we actually left Milwaukee and made our way north of LA. And actually we had like about 12 stops before we got here. But 5 of those stops were with Harvest Host, which we really actually enjoyed. So last week, Mark actually showed you the Skydive Chicago, which was a lot of fun. But this week, I'm going to show you Arpeggio Winery, which is near Pana, Illinois. And what's nice about Harvest Host is it's a great little change for just a one-stop night thing, rather than just pulling into a campground or doing a rest stop. And it gives you activities to get involved with too, which is kind of fun. So we found these Harvest Host stops like Arpeggio Winery on the Harvest Host website, which we're actually members of, and we actually are affiliates of them too. So if you're interested, let them know our Journey and Myles sent you that way. So once we figured out which Harvest Host we wanted to go to, we went into RV Trip Wizard, which is our favorite road trip planner. So the nice thing about it is that you can put in like the size of your rig and the weight, the length, but you can also put in your average speed or just let it figure out the estimate for you. So we could see that from Milwaukee to Chicago Skydive, it would take us this long to get there about. And then from Chicago, the Skydive, we went to Arpeggio. We could see that was about 3 hours and 15 minutes average. You know, we make stops, so it's usually a little bit longer than that. But with all the plans made, we're ready to hit the road again. Here we go. Arpeggio Winery, here we come.
Comfort drive down to Winery.
So you can sweep over more. Oh boy. Let's get far away. Got it. Arpeggio Winery is owned by Mike and Karen Swiney, and this is actually on a farm that's been in the family for generations. But in 2008, as I was talking to Karen about this, she said that they decided to plant 2 acres of vineyard. And once they had it planted, they thought, well, now what do we do? So they decided to open a winery and turn their 100-year-old barn into their tasting room. Once again, a windy day. The whole theme of Arpeggio is music, and actually each wine has some sort of musical reference. And you can see outdoor here, there's a stage, and they do have live music too. That's got to be great on a nice warm summer night. The wooden beams and support columns are original parts of this 100-year-old barn, along with the wooden floors in the upper loft. The upstairs area actually is a really great space for hosting weddings and showers, reunions, or any kind of gathering. And as you can see, they did a beautiful job renovating this barn.
So anybody that's done any amount of viewing of our channel in the past knows how important the cork is to the tasting process. And we'll link to that video. I'll leave that for a surprise for you to discover.
We made it to the tasting room, perched 300 feet above Calistoga via the aerial tram ride. What a fantastic view. This is where we started a self-guided tour of the winery.
Sometimes to get the full aroma, you have to use a unconventional technique, which I'm okay with because I'm originally from Wisconsin. Come on, Sue, we've got a lot to taste.
How's that cork smell?
Good. I get the true aroma of the Sauvignon. And
Sauvignon.
A Sauvignon. It's a little embarrassing, but you know, you gotta deal with it. But you swish it around so you can get the aura. Is it nutty?
Read the form.
Is it fruity? Is it citrusy? Does it have a hint of smoke? It tastes like wine. Now, what did I get? You can tell what I got. It's pretty classy because it's got ice in it. Okay?
Tell us what it is.
It's caramel apple sangria. Made for a man. It's the famous OJiM drone shot, honey.
I don't think you should be flying that drone inside the building, young man.
So which one so far? Show me on the menu.
So far I've had the Symphony and the Duet. They're both dry wines. I really like the Symphony.
Okay.
I'm going to go over to the Cadence.
Hold on, okay.
I'm going to try the Cadence. They say it's really good. The owner's son loves it, drinks it all the time.
Okay.
And I think I might try the Tempo. Grapes and cherry aromas appeals to both dry and sweet wine lovers.
You might be drunk enough that I could have my way with you tonight.
I don't think you can say that on YouTube.
Oh yeah, because you know what? You know what way I would want? I'd say, honey, make me a meatloaf.
No.
With potato.
You will not have your way that way. Karen, one of the owners, told us that the winery was originally a family farm. Her husband, Mike's grandma, owned it, and his mom actually grew up playing in this barn. Karen told us that Mike's grandma had said, "Do what you want with all the outbuildings, but don't take down the barn." There's this plaque in her memory with the message, "A promise kept." She would be so proud of how they transformed this old barn.
So, how long is this going to take for you to get
Just one more and I'm done.
So, what did you do so far?
All right, I've got, like I said before, a Symphony, Duet, some dry wines. I did the Cadence.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So,
I
which
just
of the
tried
three?
the Tempo. Definitely going to get the Symphony. I'm thinking, for me, I might want the Tempo.
So you're
got one
4
more.
in already?
I am.
You know, we're amateur
It's not
drinkers.
much. It's not much.
You might be done already.
Oh, no, I've got one more.
Oh,
Don't rush me.
I already got mine done. Right down to the bottom. So one of the things Sue's always talks about is how different I am when I'm looking at things. So we're in this beautiful winery in the Harvest House. What am I looking at? I'm looking at the wire rope connections. So I'm looking at this cable right here, this connection, and I look at this, and I see the way they're all attached. And if this cable was being pulled, it would be attached wrong, because this saddle actually always has to go on this part, and it should never go on the part that's cut off, because in engineering they always say you never saddle a dead horse. And this part of the rope here is dead, this part's live, so the saddle should go on the live part, and this loop here should be on the other part. It's really tough being me. I can't even come to a harvest host and not think about material handling.
Let's get back to wine. All right, done with wine tasting? I scored 2 bottles. Thank you, Marco.
Yeah, where's my wallet? Just woke up. It's about, I want to say about 8:30 in the morning at the Arpeggio Winery. We're at a harvest host, and it's very different environment for Sue and I. We usually are waking up in an RV park, which consists normally of just asphalt and concrete. But this is what we woke up to this morning, with kind of a gentle rain. Now, one of the reasons we chose to park in the gravel parking lot and not in and around all of the grass that's in back of us, which apparently is available if you come here, was we're pretty heavy, and we've got some friends that have Dutch Stars. We've got the famous girls with our stuck video that got stuck. We got some friends, Spicy and John, they just recently got stuck with their Dutch Star. So we're just very aware of not parking on surfaces that are even remotely soft. If you're driving a four-wheel drive rig with a fifth wheel, or pulling a travel trailer, or you've got kind of a sturdy Class C that can do it, more power to you. But this monster that we're driving, we choose not to do that. I actually tried to stay out of the way of the parked cars in this nice winery, which was amazingly busy yesterday with just drive-in, walk-in people. Apparently last weekend in this big field in back of us, they had a giant balloon fest. They had 5 balloons here, and they had probably over 1,000 people. I can imagine what that must have been like to manage. You can see that Myles is kind of tilted here, and when I leveled the rig, the rear tires on the driver's side actually came off the gravel. So I put it back down so that we weren't perched on our jacks all night. So we were a little tilted all night. You'll notice that, I don't know if you can see here, on plenty photos in the past, we've shown that we have solar. We're not really boondockers, so we're a little bit green at using it. You can see that it's overcast today, so God only knows what kind of extra power we're going to get today. I'm going to start up the Honda shortly, heat it up a little bit so I can put it in neutral. I want it in neutral so that when I come off the jacks, you can see that the angle that my tow bar is at, normally that is parallel to the surface, so you can see that the rig is up quite a bit normally from where it was. Last night when we went to bed, we had our batteries at about, I think it was 70% when I went to bed, and the only thing that was running was my CPAP machine and all of the parasitic loads that we just aren't smart enough to go through the whole coach and take anything off or out that really shouldn't be on. So by the time I woke up this morning, I was at 58 or 59% on my batteries, which is getting pretty low for regular lead acid batteries. And I realize I have lead acid batteries too. I have OJiM ones, which are absorb gas mat batteries, but I have Lifeline batteries, so I should be able to dip slightly into the 50s every once in a while and then recharge them. Actually probably helps the batteries to cycle them a little bit lower than what I've traditionally been doing. So we ran our generator about 2.5 hours this morning. Probably about 5:30 I put it on, and about 2.5 hours later I was at 89%. So I shut it off just for the fun of it, and we're going to get underway. We got kind of a long drive today. We have another stop at a harvest host. This is kind of an odd one that we're going to be stopping at.
And it is an odd one. It's a place I would have never expected to find on Harvest Host. So check us out next week for that one. And if you're not a member of Harvest Host already, check our link below and you'll get 15% off. Thanks for viewing. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you have not subscribed, make sure you do that and ring the bell. Get notified every Sunday when we upload a new video.
Yeah.